So this is my old pottery wheel. It's second-hand, and it's had a rough life. The top of the wheel head surface is all pitted and dented, possibly from corrosion, possibly from potter losing their patience. You can see lots of brown goo down in some of the pits. So this is from a previous attempt at fixing it that I did with araldite. Worked all right for a while, but over time bits and pieces and chunks came out, and it was no fun. So I've put some tape around it, and I want to pour some epoxy resin in there because I got some from another project. So let's mix it up. Fill up the gloves with some talcum powder. So this is the platinum deep pour table resin. It's for making, river tables, that kind of thing. Works well for making relatively deep pours, hence the name. So it's 2 parts, 2 to 1, and I measured the circumference and diameter and all that of the table and worked out that I want about a 5mm depth. So stir that up, stir, chuck it in the vacuum pot. Very lucky to have all this junk in my workshop just laying around so I can tackle these kinds of projects as they come up. Vacuum that down to get all the bubbles out because I don't want a bubbly surface on my table. Vacuum pump, the froth here nearly comes over the edge of the cup, which is no fun. Here's a better shot with some actual light in there so you can see what's going on. And here we are, pouring it on the table. Looks very nice. Wetting out. No bubbles left inside the pits, which is good. Nice mirror sheen. And about here, the camera decides to focus on my lights. There's me having a look. Now, for some stupid reason, I give it a spin here, which is going to cause no end of grief later on. It's a pottery wheel. You've got to make it spin. That's what the whole reason it exists. I do like the straight lines from the ceiling lights sort of straightening out as the epoxy flows back down to a flat surface. You can see some little speckles here and there, the little tiny bubbles. They go away over time. Yeah, this is the fun bit where I've got to peel the tape off and also hit the tripod about 6 or 7 times. So apologies in advance. But it is nice pulling the tape off something and see the result. The result was pretty crap. So you can see there's a buckle in the tape there. I should have been more careful keeping it straight up and down because the top corner is kind of shitty. So I try to trim it down nice and flat, and of course snaps off immediately. Then get a deburring tool, which works slightly better, but the resin's not fully set, so it's a bit soft, so it digs in, so I have to sort of manually trim a lot of the craft away. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. I decide I've got too much blood, so I go back to the Stanley knife chopping towards my fingers. And then we get this shot, which is sonically and visually the least appealing thing that I've ever done. But end result is pretty nice. I did actually get a really good result with a wood plane. I didn't get any footage of that, but it sort of curled off in nice ribbons, which was cool. So it's got some rescue clay that I wet down. It was wet completely dry. It's now way too wet, but it works well enough. It sticks down. I did end up roughing up the surface with some sandpaper to give it a bit more frictionless surface so that the clay sticks more nicely. It's a bit hard to center with this stuff because it sort of slid on the glass smooth surface. But it's good enough for me, an extremely amateur potter, and I'm slowly learning how to do pottery again after a long break. So yeah, I'm extremely happy. If you want to resurface the top of a pottery wheel, this process works pretty well. Okay, bye.